Coming to you live from the Cowboys headquarters in Frisco. Deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night.
Wow, dramatic much?
Why are you getting in the way of my intro?
You mean our intro? We're your hosts. I'm Kelsey Charles.
And I'm David Helman.
Okay, let's just start this show now.
What is up, my good people? Another day, another dollar, another Dallas Cowboys game to break down. David?
Bing bong.
All right, so the Dallas Cowboys are about to come off of a 10-day respite and face their NFC East foes in the Washington football team. Yeah, you like that? That's like a 10-point word at least in Scrabble.
That is an LSAT word or like a PSAT word.
Well, I scored very well on those.
Good
so
for you.
Good for me and 16-year-old Kelsey. All right, Dave. So I'd like to dive in and really break down what this Dallas Cowboys team can expect when they head to Landover,
I'm
if
here
you
for
will.
it. You're killing it. You're killing it.
I am
A
killing
less prepared host might have said DC, but that's wrong because FedEx Field's in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Well,
Landover, Maryland.
As if we had more reasons to hate that facility.
Tell you what, I hate a lot of things in this world. FedEx Field is very near the top of the list.
All right, so let's talk about the men that are going to be playing on that field come Sunday. I want to talk about the Washington football team.
Yes.
Quarterback at the moment, Taylor Heineke. Listen, they're on a 4-game win streak. He's doing, dare I say, a little bit more than bus driving for this team. Talk to me about what this Dallas Cowboys defense is going to face with him.
You realize we're only like a year away from when they plucked him like off of a practice squad and they're just like, well, we need a quarterback. And he nearly beats Tom Brady in the playoffs. Everything he's done, it's an amazing story. And I don't know, honestly, they're not similar quarterbacks. Maybe like in terms of their game, maybe it's because they wear 4. It reminds me a lot of Dak, like just the way.
I've heard the Romo reference, not the Dak one.
He's got his team believing in him. It's just like rookie Dak, like the guy that's able to galvanize a team. It's not always pretty. He does things with his feet a lot, as you're seeing right here. I get that they're a divisional rival and we want the Cowboys to win, but like this guy's fun to watch, man.
All right, so he might be fun to watch, but he does have a few weapons in his armory, if you will.
Emphasis on the word few.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to talk about one of the, I don't know, two. Scary Terry McLaurin. He's a name we've heard before. Do you think he's going to make an impact this weekend? And again, what can this Cowboys defense expect?
I think he is the best non-Cowboy receiver in the NFC East, and I think he's criminally underrated. I just said nice things about Taylor Heineke, but the quarterback play in Washington hasn't been great since he got drafted. You're making do with below to average quarterback play. The guy is great, and yes, I do think he's going to make an impact in this game. He's elusive. He's a big play threat. Cowboys have a penchant for the explosive play. They've had a good season, but they'll give up some explosive plays. I'm guessing he's got an arrow or two in his quiver.
All right, so let's talk about the run game here for a minute because, listen, the Washington backfield, it's pretty all right. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that the leading rusher in the NFC was not on the Dallas Cowboys, I'm not sure I would have believed you, but yet here we are. So should we be concerned about the production that this team is putting on the field in terms of the run game?
Go watch these 2 games against Washington last year. Like, people want to pretend like that didn't happen because Dak Prescott was hurt. It happened. And Antonio Gibson whooped their ass, like up and down. Like, he ran all over them in both games.
You're not wrong.
Including at FedEx last year, one of the most miserable Cowboy games of all time. Like, the whole offensive line was out. It was the week after Dak got hurt. But guess what? That doesn't change what a dangerous runner this guy is. They're going to have their hands full.
All right, so let's switch to the other side of the field for this Washington football team. I want to talk about their defense because they, similarly to the Dallas Cowboys defense, have seen a bit of a resurgence, but it hasn't been without their misses in terms of personnel. I mean, losing Chase Young, that's a big deal. Montez Sweat, he came back only to be on the COVID list now again. So, again, expectations come Sunday. Are we worried about how they're going to match up with this Dallas Cowboys offense, especially when, let's be honest, they haven't been firing on all cylinders?
The irony here is that they're playing a lot better since all these studs got hurt. Like, it's been almost a month since Chase Young tore his ACL. They haven't had Sweat. in 5 or 6 weeks, and they look great. The thing I am watching, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, two of the more underrated defensive linemen in the entire NFL, in my opinion, let alone the NFC East. And we've seen Dak struggle with interior pressure. Like we saw it all the way back against Philly. We saw it all the way back against Tampa. Maybe you remember a guy by the name of Chris Jones in Kansas City who just had his way that day. I think there's potential for that to happen again. I think the Cowboys have to be smart about the way they deal with these defensive tackles.
All right, you talked about pressure. Well, this Dallas Cowboys team definitely feels like they are facing it. And the head coach, Mike McCarthy, he had some potential billboard material. We're going to talk about that coming up next. All right, Dave. So Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy will be back in the building this week after an absence due to COVID-19 related things. But he came back and had some things to say. Holy cow, y'all, just listen to this.
We're just really focused on self-improvement and winning. You know, we got to do whatever we got to do to win the game. But these guys are very accountable. The work ethic of our football team, the whole space is very high. They're very accountable. We know what people think of us. We love that. We're comfortable who we are, where we are. But I'm excited about what's in front of us because, we're going to win this game. I'm confident in that, and just the prep that's going into it. But more importantly, we're going to. We want to improve, too, along the way. So I think that's all part about what the challenge of December football gives you.
What do people think of you?
Huh?
What do people think of you?
That's your job. I answer the questions.
You said we're going to win this game. I'm confident of that. Do you think that could be taken as bulletin board material?
I mean, what am I supposed to say? Yeah. I fully expect to win every game I've ever competed in. I mean, that's what sports is all about. That's what the NFL. Trust me, I understand how hard it is. They're working hard. We're working hard. But yeah, we're clearly planning on going to Washington to win the game. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
There's a certain amount of hypocrisy here because we're talking about it on our TV show. Like we're doing a whole segment on it. So clearly we love it, but God, this is great. It's so overblown though. That's my point. Like we're doing a segment on it, but like this is what you want.
Yes.
This is what you want. You know what Dak Prescott said when this was brought up to him?
Hell yeah.
Thank you, because I was going to say a dirtier word than that. He loved it. But you know why? Because every guy in every building in this league thinks they're going to beat the crap out of every team they play.
That's why we're here.
They just won't say it because jerks like me are going to get on TV and talk about it with little lower thirds like on First Take. Did Mike McCarthy go too far?
First of all, if you listen to that show, turn this one off
material?
immediately.
We would have so much more fun as media and fans if we just let people talk that talk.
Yes.
Say it with your chest, Mike. I love it. I love it. And I know his players do too.
He's incredibly hyped right now, but genuinely inject all of that talk into my veins. Especially for a divisional game, I need it.
I hate boring. I despise boring. And so one, I appreciate Mike McCarthy for not being boring. And two, I get mad, because people like me are going to make him regret saying it. I mean, I hope not, but that's typically what happens is you say something fun, everybody hits you in the face with it about how you shouldn't have said it, and you're like, fine, I'll just be boring next time. Mike, don't listen to him, man. Keep doing you, buddy, and hopefully you'll be right. Hopefully they will go get a win so that he can keep saying stuff like this because it's awesome.
Listen, I think this team needs this victory this weekend. I think they've come off of a lot of controversy. Honestly, they need that energy going into the weekend. I'm here for it. Let's break down, though, who are going to be some of the key playmakers. Yes. And hopefully my score is not going to be as awful as it has been. We're talking Amari Cooper, over-under.
He can do.
Coming up next.
Hey, Kelsey, are you aware that you went 3-0 with your predictions last week? You don't seem excited about that. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I'm just,
Is it because you're still in third place?
Listen!
Is it because you're still bringing up the rear in this season-long competition that we have
Scared
decided
money
to have?
don't make money, okay, you guys?
Does that sting?
I ain't worried about it.
You have the same record as like a bad baseball team in like June.
Listen, you are awfully confident for someone who's about to get their ass whipped.
I have a winning record. I am the only person on this show that has a winning record.
All right, so how about you just stop, talking, and I'm gonna get into the first of the over/under, and hopefully, which is a part of my redemption run.
Yes.
Antonio Gibson, over/under, let's say 99.5 rushing yards.
I'm gonna go under. I'm going to go under.
Okay.
The Cowboys, I trust the Cowboys to build a lead in this game and take the running game out of it. That's the main reason why. I think Antonio Gibson will play well, but I don't think Washington will be able to lean on the run in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well. He's actually, while he is leading the division, he's averaging less than that. And I think with the reinforcements on this D-line, I don't think Micah Parsons is also going to let that man continue to carry that trophy. So give me the under. Let's see what the fans said.
Let's
go, guys.
I hate agreeing.
Listen,
with fans.
I appreciate this. It's like manifesting, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, let's
All right.
manifest positivity. All right, so speaking of positivity and things we want to manifest, how about Amari Cooper and receptions? We know that he has been eased back into a full workload. I don't think the Cowboys are expecting to limit him this week. So over, under 5.5 receptions for our boy Coop.
It's been more than a month since Coop blew up. He was great against Minnesota. He had a big game-winning touchdown from Cooper Rush. Part of it's COVID, but he hasn't had a big moment since then. It happens. It happens on Sunday. It happens on Sunday. 8 catches for Amari. 8 catches for more than 70 yards on Sunday.
Call
That's what
it
I'm saying.
by name. Wow, I hate that I'm agreeing with you, but I am.
Call me by your name.
Never do that again.
Tell me you love me in private.
Can we just see the fans so we can escape this? The fans are going over as well. David, we are all in lockstep. I think I love that for us. At least it'll mean that if we all lose, we lose together. So there's that going for me.
I'm just over here trying to think of Lil Nas X puns that I can use on the show.
I know.
Don't pay any attention to me.
All right, so let's talk about sacks. This Washington defense, we know, they've been productive in that regard. And this O-line for the Dallas Cowboys has been a little shaky, to say the least. I don't love saying that. So over under, David, 2.5 sacks. Also keeping in mind, I was looking at our lineup. I'm not even sure we know what the starting lineup is going to be.
We never will. We never will again. That's what the Cowboys have decided.
Cool.
Right tackle and left guard is just a weekly guessing game for the time being.
That makes me feel really good.
2.5?
Yes.
2.5?
Hit the under.
I'm going under. 3 seems like a lot.
Yes!
Dak hasn't gotten sacked that many
I would
times
like my
often this
quarterback to
year.
make it out of this alive. Thank you.
It's going to be tough. I think you got to scheme up short throws, mix in some screens, get receivers involved in the running game maybe. I don't want Dak dropping back and holding the ball a lot in this game. Jonathan Allen is a hoss, in case you aren't aware. I'm going under, but I don't feel good about it.
All right, so I'm going under as well because I simply cannot stand the idea of that happening. So we're taking the under.
Wow,
We're having the
this is
faith.
just manifesting
I know, isn't
central.
this such a cute little love fest for us? Let's see what the fans said. I'm pretty sure I have an idea. Let's go, baby. All right, listen, guys. The good news is that by choosing all the right answers, I can't possibly lose anymore.
We're all going to have the same record now. We all said the
Love
same thing?
that journey for me. Yes.
Well, actually, that means that I will be in first next week no matter what. So
Okay, well, we'll figure out some
Deal with
crazy
that.
tiebreaker. All right, guys.
Call me by
Thank you
your
so
name.
much for listening to the show.
Tell me you love me
and
in
David's
private.
awful singing. Hopefully
Sorry.
you tune back in again for David, Helman, Kelsey, Charles, our producer, Kaden, and the whole entire team. It's been a Touchdown to the Start Night. See you guys next time.